Like rocket fuel.
Thank you, Coach. We are about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Yeah, that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
First down, Murray. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And he'll keep it moving down to the 15-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Murray. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Christian Jones. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Now that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot. 3rd and long. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. That's complete to Edmonds, his running back. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down. Cliff Kingsbury here on 4th down trots out the field goal unit. And in his 15th season, he's able to get this one to go. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. A look at Kerryon Johnson, second-year man out of Auburn. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Stafford now to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. In that time for the sack, say hello to Chandler Jones. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. And
the pressure gets to him again. Hassan Reddick in there to drop him at sacks on 1st and 2nd downs. Now leads to a 3rd and long. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they were
weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Cardinals. Patrick Peterson, 85 yards. And the Cardinals are able to show off their quick strike ability.
We can debate all we want about Patrick Peterson returning punts. We know he's a Pro Bowl corner, so there's a risk factor there, but he loves it, and he often creates big plays, as we just saw there.
Yeah, here the end justifies the means, so to speak. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Detroit getting set to go now. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Set. Get away, D. Get away, D. Get in the weight room.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know it feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
First down, Lions on a pickup of 13.
that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
On 2nd and 7, Stafford, and incomplete. He tried to leave it underneath, nearly got picked. They may be lucky to have that one back. 3rd down. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is 3rd down.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Here we go, here we go.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. Looking downfield for Jones. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession there, and you'd have to say it's not like him to come up short on a kick like that.
Yeah, and it's real easy for me to say this, but anything in the 40 to 49-yard range should be pretty automatic for an NFL kicker, especially in terms of at least getting it there. So you're right. That is a surprise that this would come up short.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds, because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Fake handoff to Johnson. Now here's Murray. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Andy Isabella was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
10 yards to go.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Here's Murray. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Lions will take over. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going. He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
Marvin Jones, touchdown, Detroit. Marvin Jones, 63 yards. And the Lions strike quickly here for 6 points. Maybe that is the boost that this offense needed.
They've done nothing the entire half, but out of the blue comes this big shot here. You're exactly right. Like a dunk in basketball, like a home run in baseball, maybe a solo shot. Sometimes you need that big play to get things ignited.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Murray looks to throw again, 2nd and 10. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Throwing on first down is Murray. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. A gain of 6 there on first. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. Fitzgerald's got it right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. From the gun, a run for Johnson. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
And that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Second down, Murray sets to throw. Going for it all. There's the first NFL grab for Andy Isabella. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. From 21 yards away. And the Cardinals now adding on to their lead. No problem there on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Meanwhile, down in Dallas, an update from there. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. He sets to fire deep. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just in a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Hey, we got 3 down. 51's the mic. 51's the mic.
From the gun on third down, Murray. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Wilson. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. Andy Isabella was the intended target. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
On first down, Johnson. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, got to make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 2nd down and 4, Stafford eluded, and he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Johnson. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And a potential turning point as they'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half. Andy Isabella was the intended target. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the safety creep.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Incomplete. Robert Alford there defensively.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Here is Matt Prater now. He's got the leg for this as he holds the NFL record with a 64-yarder back in 2013. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they'll be at the 18-yard line. Great field position here in the red zone. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him.
Set, ready. 70 ending. Rip right, rip right.
On play action, it's Murray. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
It's now third down and 16.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Play action. Now it's Murray. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a fourth pick of the game. And now fourth down. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
And now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals. It's just their first, so two remain. As they burn one here in this third quarter.
Set, 250. Hey, we gotta get this stop. Monday.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. He takes this one across the 35 to the 36, a gain of about 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
From the 36, Stafford into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Robert Alford, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 11 yards for number 11.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? The end result, 21 yards. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. But down here near the goal line, you don't think of a cornerback in run coverage, but he made the stop.
Yeah, most of the cornerbacks we know, they want to be those pass defenders and take away one half of the field. But the best ones in the game are the complete cornerbacks, able to tackle and run support, as we just saw there.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on third down. Murray going to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
3rd and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open. Left him nowhere to go with the football. Had to absorb the sack.
They had it 1st and goal, 3 attempts, couldn't get it in, so they settled for 3.
Yeah, the field tends to shrink a little bit the closer you get to the goal line, doesn't it? It doesn't sound good. It sounds a little counterintuitive, but you run out of space to run the deep route, so they can just sit on the shorter stuff if you're going to throw it. If you want to run it, there's just not as much space. They end up having to take 3 there.
The Lions take over 1st and 10.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 27. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Stafford. Throwing deep for Galladay. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 38.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson, and a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12 at the 36-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Now Murray throwing on 2nd down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people would think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for?
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Mike Daniels able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's Andy Lee now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Agnew now to return. Now a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. So 1st and 10 after a big mistake on 4th down with a penalty. To throw is Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a 1st down throw, Stafford. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had... And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Corey Peters slipping in and getting the sack.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. after the delay. They're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check.
A shotgun snap for Stanford. And that will be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Prater's kick is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Well, some good games around the league here early in Week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. Now he'll escape to his left. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Murray. He's got a man complete. It's Clay. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Boy, tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high, the tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Clay. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 21 yards. This quarterback now perfect since the 2nd half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, break it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
Well, this is one of the downsides of being a rookie quarterback. You know you're going to get called out about everything you do that goes wrong. Here, maybe he's a little uncertain about where to go with the football, and at this level, uncertainty equals turnovers. And this one winds up being intercepted.
Johnson with a burst, a 1st down and more. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 30, 10, 5. A big run there by Johnson, 77 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll run. Anderson. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game.
Switch. 50-50.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And they have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they've managed the clock exactly right.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. A big spot now for the rookie Murray. They'll start the drive here with an end around. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. A little bit of an unconventional call there.
Yeah, but it worked, and how great was that? That's got to give them a lift in this situation.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
No timeout. You got to go quick here.
They go to Johnson again. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Short gain, last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. He'll look to throw. And able to find Kirk complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
At the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Andy Isabella was the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Murray. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bird. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Murray. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Trey Flowers in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Lions,